Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. You know who I am. Anyway, um, I, I just like to remind people there's always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, just keep it in mind because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later, and you'll understand. I don't know what he's doing. He's been following me up and down the hall, like, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? I will say, since I had the COVID last month, it's like I've had this lingering on and off headache and just extreme exhaustion some days. So I've kind of been a little slow at getting my readings out because if I don't feel up to snuff, I don't want to do a half-ass reading. And, everybody spends their hard-earned money on this, and they don't deserve a half-ass reading. So I've just had to pick and choose my days, but I think I'm about out of the woods now. Good grief, I hope this doesn't last much longer. So he's calling you bro, but he's saying it more like my grandson says it with his friends, bruh, or something like that, bro. It's not quite bro, but it's bruh, more like that. I think when they say it, it's like BRUH. Anyway, it's a little bit different. He's calling you a knucklehead. He's saying, where the hell you been, Rhonda? Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while. He's always a joy to bring through. He's okay. I'm trying to see what it is he's banging on. It's almost like and he could be exaggerating the size of it because sometimes they'll make things bigger so it gets my attention. Bigger, could be a little thing, but he's making it look almost like a big gong, like a big piece of metal hanging, like a round disc, but it's hanging or it's up in the air anyway, or sitting on something on edge, and he's beating it, smacking it. He's got a crescent wrench. He's hitting it with a crescent wrench. So I don't know. Did you get mad at something lately and hit the side of a metal building or something? It's not a metal building, though. I don't think, because it's like a big, heavy, thick piece of steel, almost. It reminds me of the things uh, we call dingers, and but ours are about this big around. And a friend drilled a hole in them for us, and we've never hung them up. But we're supposed to hang them in the trees and shoot at them like a target. And they're called dingers. And I think you guys probably hunt or do something like that because they ding when you hit them with the bullet. So this looks like a huge dinger. So if you haven't hit something with one of your wrenches lately, like maybe you were pissed off, then listen for that sound of what you think that crescent wrench would sound like on a big heavy piece of iron or something. And you could even be walking by a construction site and hear them beating on something that sounds like you would imagine that would sound like. He's making great force to hit it hard, so I don't know how loud you'll hear it, but know that that'll be a sign from him. And make sure you validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, ask him to bring you more signs if you want them. That's totally up to you. He always makes my head itch. I look like I got head lice. It's his energy. He's saying something about Christmas and right after we're rough on you. Christmas and right after we're rough on you this year. He's kind of stretching it out like I can't tell how long afterwards, or maybe it still is. He says it'll get better. It'll get better. Pull your head out of the sand. Don't and don't let me be a part of bringing you down, because that would not make me happy. He said, and the weather being crappy hasn't helped your mood. Hasn't helped mine either. So, yep, you shut up. Hang on. He says you have to get stronger because mom needs to lean on you. She acts strong, but she's not. She needs to lean on your shoulder. Don't get, what's the word? Say it again. He says don't get scruffy with her. I think he means like snippy. She means well. It's almost like he's showing like you standing there and she just almost leaning towards you. It's like mom's, but she's not quite there. So I don't know if she's just acting strong for you, but she's leaning towards you like she just wants to reach out and grab you. But she's, at least the way he's showing it, she's not quite doing it. Or maybe you're pushing her back. He's not showing that you're pushing her back. He's just showing you being real. He says, he says, it could be your stubborn energy pushing her back without actually doing it. He says, you're not Billy Badass. You just think you are. He says, I'm Billy Badass, talking about himself. He goes, I'm Billy Badass. And he starts laughing. He's always so funny. I have no clue where he's doing cartwheels. But he's doing cartwheels more like he's got his arms and legs out like this, and the legs are out, and he's just turning and turning and turning. It's not like any part of his arms or legs are moving. He's just like rolling in these cartwheel like things. Not sure what he's trying to show with that. Just keep it in mind. Maybe one of the kids have done something like that, or maybe there's a toy that the kids have. It is like even a clown or something that's just stretched out and it rolls. Because it almost looks cartoonish. And he always comes up with funny stuff. He's a good boy. He says, I've missed you too, Rhonda. Oh, I don't know why he always has to make me cry. Anyway, he started singing a song, and I thought, I kind of know what it is, but I'm not sure. So I had to ask Alexa. And sometimes you make a friend by Thomas and Friends, Thomas the Train. So go Google. I'm pretty sure that's Thomas. Yeah, I see his face. Thomas the Train. Oh, good grief. We've had a lot of those in my house. Go Google Sometimes You Make a Friend by Thomas and Friends. Or YouTube it. Might even be better with the words. It's a song from him to you. I don't know if he picked that one because I'm so familiar with Thomas. We had the whole collection. That was expensive. But you'll understand when you listen to it. Oh, he's good, but he's always good. He said he's not going to address anybody else in this because this is yours. Sometimes he fucks with your hair. He says, sometimes I fuck with his hair like I just did my hair, so I'm not going to mess it up too much, like fucking with it or pulling, maybe pulling it. So if you feel that, or it might be creepy crawly, everybody feels the energy different. You're not going to feel him like I feel him. So, but you should feel the hair moving, or it could feel like a bug running across your scalp, or it could be an itch that just won't stop, or sometimes it can be so intense it'll feel like needles sticking you. Or you may just turn around and look in the mirror and your hair's sticking up on one side. Not sure how he's gonna do it, or exactly how you're gonna feel it. I hate to be vague, but it's just the way it works. He said, I want you happy, bro. Don't let my unhappiness be your unhappiness. And no, you can't follow in my footsteps. That's not cool. You've got a big heart. You hide it too much. You hide it behind a big freaking wall. And that's not good either. He says he'd like to see you be just a little more vulnerable. And he's kind of like a belly laugh chuckle. He's kind of like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But it would help you. He says you're an amazing person. I was blessed to have you for a brother. And then we got stuck with Chelsea. And he's like, sorry, Chelsea. He's laughing hysterically. Don't take that the wrong way. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know who he's talking about. Somebody you know, and I'm seeing a rope hanging from a tree. Somebody you know just lost someone. He's making me want to cry again. Stop it. Somebody you know that lost someone from suicide. And I'm seeing a rope. I don't know if it was recently or a while back, and it may not be from a tree. Might just be the way he's showing it. And he feels like you would have something to say to this person that lost someone that way that they need to hear. That you would be more help than you know. And he feels he he's showing you like, um, darn it, quit making my head itch. Like holding out an olive branch, if you know what that means. It's like a peace offering. It's like, I mean, you're holding it out, and if they want to accept it and take it and grab the other end of it, that's up to them. And they may not be ready, but he feels like you need to offer that olive branch to somebody that's in your same boat. He says you can help more than you know. He says, look at you wanting that new truck. Maybe it's not brand new, maybe it's just a newer truck. Look at you wanting that new truck. So I don't know if he's acknowledging that you just bought a different truck, or you're looking at them, or you're wanting to buy one really, really bad. But he's trying to acknowledge something, but that's something that he knows that you're doing or thinking about doing. Okay, now he's talking about the sins of the father. Don't let the sins of the father hold you back. I don't know if he's talking about actual sins or just the mistakes. And I'm assuming he's talking about your actual father. Don't let the sins of the father hold you back. Those things don't belong to you. My things don't belong to you. They were ours. They were ours, and you need to stop holding on to them because they're not yours. He says you need to make a better path than they did, or than your father did. Oh, he's pointing at himself too. He says, don't be afraid to do something totally ass different. He's showing you, I don't know what you do for a living, but he's showing you with work boots on, and it's like you got your head down and you're just trudging, like, oh crap, I gotta go to work again. He says, if you don't like it, do something different. Different. He keeps saying different, different, different. Don't be afraid to. So now he's showing you, like, got these work boots on. Like I said, I don't know if you wear work boots, but he's messing with the shoestrings. So watch the shoestrings on your boots. You could be sitting there and all of a sudden they're tied in a knot, or all of a sudden they're untied and you tie it and they untie it and you tie it and they untie it, or something along that line. Something with the shoestrings. You might set them in the corner and you go over there and one of the shoestrings is kind of pulled out. I don't know why he's chewing on the end of the shoestring. Watch for it to be frazzled all of a sudden or something. He's messing with them. He's ornery. He's always so ornery. Love the shit out of him. So he's around. You just don't realize it. So when these little things happen, or you think, was that him? You hear something or see something out of the corner of your eye, just trust it. Just believe. Just, what's it going to hurt? And then eventually, when you get a little more relaxed about it, then you'll know it's him. So with that, he's going to leave. He says, I'm just a phone call away. All you got to do is holla, 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 holla. I'll hear you. I do hear you. I hear you cuss me out and I hear you beat your fist. Try to let go of some of the guilt because that's mine. That's not yours. I own it. I'm a big boy now. Okay, I can feel him walk back behind me. So I think it's harder for some guys to feel these things, maybe. But it's kind of like, I always tell people, it's kind of like the change in the air pressure. Like, it feels different back here in a spot. It's kind of like a bubble, like a big balloon pushing on you, or it's just something that feels a little different, but it's not your whole body. It's like one spot. And I could feel his energy walking back behind me, and he stopped back here. So I can feel what feels like a really slight, I almost want to call it a push, but it's not. So know when you feel something a little bit different and just like next to your arm, next to your back, just trust that it's him because it is. He says, I love you, brother. I should have told you that more, but I'm okay. I'm doing what I need to do now. Give the other ones a hug for me and be safe. With that, he like went poof. He just took off like a rocket. Much love to you, my dear. Like I said, thank you for being patient. Just kind of dragging. I think I'm coming out of it. So, yay! Finally, I'm old. It hung on a little longer than I think it should have. Much love to you guys. Hope you guys are staying warm. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.